what he did, he fought, right? He said, I'm not going to let you go. And it's like, that's how our heart has to be. That's how our heart has to be in worship. So the worship is not stale. It's not dry. We're not getting to a next place in worship. Why? Because we're not going into worship like, I'm not letting you go, and I'm not moving on until I get something from you. And that's not to say that we're just going to drag everything out, because your heart got to be conditioned like, God, I really do want this. And you know what, God? I don't care if I have to sit here. I don't care if I have to pray all day. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes, because I want to see and meet your presence face to face so that you can preserve my life. So that I can stay saved. Because that's the true preservation of life, not the fleshly body.
Yeah.
But preserving your life, preserving your salvation. Because you need it to be preserved. We're trying to keep it every day. So the only way it's going to be preserved and it's going to be kept, because that's what it means to preserve something. To keep it in the condition in which you found it. Like preserves, the spread. They do that. Why preserve? So you can preserve the condition that it's in. So if you say, God, I'm in rightful standing with you, and I thank God I'm here and I'm in a good place, but you can't just stay there and say, oh, I'm in a good place, and you know God is moving in my life and He's doing this, that, and the other, if you're not going to fight to preserve it. But it means you got to fight in worship. It means you got to fight in your prayer time. It means you got to fight for your relationship, because you want it to be preserved. And you got to fight to meet God face to face. Another benefit of seeking God truth. Seeking the face of God truth. 1 Corinthians 13 and 12. Corinthians 13 and 12. And this word is really short, because the biggest thing about this word is your action, not your listening. That's really every word. It says, for now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know, just as I am known. And now by faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. And basically what God's saying, we're looking in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Basically looking in the mirror dimly is, you don't see yourself. You don't see the truth. You really don't know what's really going on. You can't really see your characteristics, whether they're good or bad, because the light is being dim. And the mirror is a representation of God. So you're supposed to be looking in the mirror and looking at God to see a direct reflection of you. Light switch all on, He's the light, right? But because of you being in darkness, you lying to yourself, being a liar, covering up, not seeking His face, you're only able to see halfway. You're only able to see dimly. You still got a mirror there. It's still a little light, but it's dim. Because your relationship with God ain't vibrant. It's not flourishing. It's not growing. It's just dim. You ain't ran out of light. You can still kind of see where you're going, but you can't see clearly enough to be like, okay, this is here, and this is here, and this is here. Because you can't clearly see God, who is the truth. So if you ain't got enough light to see the mirror, which is God, then you ain't got enough light to reflect back at yourself to see yourself and where you really at. So then you deceived about thinking you in one place when you're not. You deceived about thinking, oh, I'm one person in Christ when you're really not. Y'all understand? 1 John 3, 2 through 3. This is still under truth. 1 John 3, 2 through 3. 1 John 3, 2 through 3. 1 John 3, 2 through 3. Beloved, now we are the children of God, and it has not yet been revealed what we shall be. But we know that when He is revealed, we shall be like Him, for we shall see Him as He is. And everyone who has this hope in Him purifies himself, just as He is pure. So basically, everybody always, well, I'm not perfect. I ain't got everything together, and God's still dealing with me, and I'm going through a process, and everybody got a process that they're going through. Supposed to be getting delivered, supposed to be getting what it is that we need from God or going to our next place, our next level in God, but we're going through a process. But what does the word say? This ain't just for when he Christ is God, but for now, when he is revealed, which means that when you seek in him and you seek his face and you actually see him, he's been revealed to you, right? His characteristics, his qualities has been revealed to you. So when he reveals himself, automatically, you're going to be like him. If you honestly seek in the face of God, earnestly, and you actually see him, you fight and you meet him face to face, in your prayer, in your worship, in your lifestyle, whatever it may be, when you actually seek God earnestly and you meet him face to face, then that means that he has been revealed to you. And he's supposed to be being revealed to you in a new light every day, knowing more and more and more about him. So once he reveals himself, you automatically have to change. If God reveals to you his holiness and you encounter his holiness, you automatically see how unholy you are. Mm-hmm. Because when he reveals himself, he comes like a mirror, right? And the mirror is perfect. So perfect, so clear that you can see yourself in it. And you begin to see your flaws. There's nothing wrong with the mirror. When you look in it and you see, oh, this is Chuck and this is Chuck with me and I don't like this and dang, I'm really like that. You mean my heart is like this? The mirror is not broke. But the purpose of the mirror being perfect, Jesus being perfect, and you have an encounter with that mirror is to show you where you really at, who you really are. Mm-hmm. So when you meet him, you have to change. Same way if you go and you go in a mirror for real. You done got dressed, you done did your makeup, you done shine your shoes, whatever it is that you need to do. And when you go in that full-length mirror, you be like, oh, I need to go change because this does not look right. I thought I looked cute, but when I looked in the mirror, I realized that this is off. Mm-hmm. My makeup is too dark. Oh my God, why I got snap. Anybody ever get dressed and then you go out into the light and you realize you ain't matched as good as you thought you did? Mm-hmm. It's the same way. We try to do stuff ourselves and we be like, yeah. And you go outside and people be like, man, is that a black shirt? Is it kind of purple? Like your blanks don't match. You be like, oh man, these some dark blue shoes. Man, I thought I could have sworn this dress in such and such color. And you get outside and people be like, you don't look nice. Or you thought you ironed good and then you get outside and everybody be like, hey, you a little wrinkled. Like, did you iron? You be like, well, I threw some over, but when I looked, and then I looked in the mirror, and then you get deceived because you be like, when I looked in the mirror, I asked God, but you weren't allowing his light to truly shine on you so you could see. Just deceiving yourself. Jesus. You just telling yourself, oh, this is how it is, but you dim the lights. Because if you look in the mirror with the lights dim, the mirror serves no purpose. If you're not going to be transparent, if you're not going to practice intimacy, which is allow God to see into you as you see into him, then the mirror is not going to work. Because nobody can see in a mirror in the dark. Or with dim lights. You're going to be Chuck. And that's why it says when he is revealed, like the truth of him is revealed, you're going to be revealed. You're going to see where you at. Mm-hmm. Last thing, sanctification. 2 Corinthians 3:17 through 18. 2 Corinthians 3:17 through 18. Now the Lord is a spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is,